Nut Set. First tank is just about done. So. Matter of fact, I think we're going to count that as the first tank being done. So now when we go to start it again, it shouldn't be as hard to start in things. So yeah, make sure you guys follow along here. The next video I'll do more of what I plan to do in this video, and that's actually talk during it and kind of just talk about things with the future of the channel and stuff. And what way we're kind of heading, because I'm sure there's some things you guys are missing that you want to see, but they just haven't been on lately. So we'll talk about that too, but I've got some plans for the future, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I got it running, guys. The only problem is it's idling high. I'm going to have to turn the idle down a little bit. It's kind of annoying, but I'm going to let it run the first tank in just by sitting here idling, make it easy. The receiver battery actually for some reason is dead, and it shouldn't be dead. I just fully charged it. Okay, so now, okay, yeah, see the receiver battery is going dead. So the receiver battery is dead. Got to fire it back up. I'm just going to run this one tank through as an idle. This ain't something Traxxas says to do, but it's something you can do. It's not going to hurt anything just to let it idle. Kind of wear in the parts. I have been giving a little bit of fuel or gas, like the 20% by hand here, or 10% or whatever, 20% or 1/2 or 1/4, whatever it is, 1/4. Every little bit so and so here and there. But the reason I'm letting it do this is because even though the receiver battery is dead, every time I come out to start this thing, it's a little chillier out. These motors are super touchy when you're breaking them in because they're so tight. And when they get so tight, or when they come new and they're that tight, they're just a bitch to break in. They're hard to start at first unless it's really hot out. You heat them up. I don't like heating up my motors every time I go to start them. I let them warm up on their own. So I'm going to let this first tank run in, and that should help us with first startups when it's cold. So that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing Traxxas specs. But for this one, I am not. So we're going to let it warm up. A little cooler out there. Ooh. God damn it, guys. Okay, so the Jato is finally back, the eBay purchase. A couple updates on this. So when I bought this off eBay, it was actually supposed to be running good. Well, it did run, but when it would heat up, the motor would go bad. So I'm one of those people. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I messaged the seller. I said, hey, got the Jato and you're right. It does run, but once it warms up, it quits running. I have video of it doing it if you want to see it. He's like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because I don't really want to return it, because I wanted it. I got this for it was $200 with a 3.3 motor in it. It is an older model. You can just tell by kind of looking at it and the wear it has. And the stuff it has, like the wheels and stuff, how wore they are. But the tread's not wore, which is weird. Must have been drove in the dirt a lot, is my guess. And the car itself is actually pretty clean. When I took it apart, I cleaned it all up. So, like, all the cleanness right now you're seeing on it was me. I did all that. But other than that, it was a pretty nice car besides the motor. And he just said, well, our replacement motor is $114 if you trade in that motor. And I agreed. I said, yeah. And he goes, well, how about I just send you $60 back? I said, okay, that works for me. Cool. That's more than fair. So he offered that. So very nice of him. I will plug his eBay username in somewhere here if you guys want to go check and see what he has. I don't know if he had any more RC stuff. I didn't really look. I just was looking for a Jato. I got to tighten this too. I keep forgetting to do that, but we should be fine just breaking in. We're not going to be going too hard. And I'm not really going to show much of the break-in, but maybe I'll just turn the camera on and we'll talk a little bit about things. and the direction I'm kind of going in with this stuff, because you guys are probably wondering, there's been a few RCs you haven't seen, you're probably wondering why you haven't seen, and things like that. But here first, we're going to get the Jato broke in. I'll get it running, I'll get it warmed up, and then we'll kind of, yeah. So let me get it started here. Alright guys, so I planned to do tuning in this video, but this servo is just too messed up. I'm afraid to get it full speed and have it pin once I start tuning it. So I'm going to have to replace that servo. We'll make a video on how to do that. I'll probably do the steering in this one. But what's going on, as you probably can't tell, but when I press the gas, it's kind of doing that thing where it kind of stutters. The servo is really stuttering, which kind of tells me it's going out. See, like that? That's all the servo, that's not the car. So this is still the 5th tank. See, like that? That's the servo, not the motor. Doing that. So like that. Now I've got a pin right now, and that's what it's doing. So that's definitely the servo. See, that's the servo doing that. So we're gonna end this tank now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy we have the Jato alive, because I wasn't too sure what I was gonna do with this thing, but we did rebuild it. We're still rebuilding it, and we're gonna put a couple brand new servos in it. Let me know down below what you think I should do for the servo. So it might be out of fuel. This thing's running through fuel like really quick. So it's already out of fuel again. I need to be watching that because I don't want to be doing that, but it's so hard to keep an eye on like the fuel. So these last 2 tanks I'm just going to do off camera. I don't want to make this video super long, and then we'll do some tuning and get some fast runs in and just show you guys how it's running. But yeah, these last 2 tanks I'll do myself. So guys, just sit still. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're on the 3rd tank now. Guys, another thing to keep in mind when you're breaking these in is try not to run them empty. I didn't realize how quick that tank was going to go. So that tank is already... Ooh, the pipe's hot. The tank is already fully empty. There's nothing in there, so we'll have to watch that. I didn't realize it was going to go that quick. So, yeah, we'll be back in a little bit here, and we'll do the next tank. So, we are now on the third tank when we come back, so we'll be right back. Kind of brought it out to the road, hoping it'll be a a little bit easier. And you guys are kind of hearing where it's like revving and then picking up. I think that's the servo. I think the servo is kind of glitchy on the throttle. So it might be a good idea before we actually fully outrun this thing that we replace that servo, or look at that at least and see what's going on, because that's just really weird. Like that. Like, I think it's just kind of glitchy. Like that. It's weird. Maybe it's just so rich it's not cleaning out, so it's doing that. I don't know. Aw, dang it, I don't have my thing down here. Let me tell you guys, this is one of the more stubborn nitro motors that I've dealt with. So, it is like 45 degrees out today. I'm breaking this in, so this ain't ideal, but it'll do. I have a feeling this motor is going to be a pain to break it or tune when it's done. So seems like it's warmed up now. It's idling pretty good. So I'll finish breaking this in, and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's actually the next day. Let's see if we can get it to fire. We're gonna let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll give it a run. So let me get it warmed up, and then yeah.